What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Heroes of War video. Today, guys, before I put out the beginner's guide, I want to talk about card research, the collection, and the crafting factory, in hopes that I will save you guys from making the same mistakes that I did, because you guys know that I'm an epic fail, and I'm constantly making mistakes, especially when starting a new game. So today, I wanted to go over these three things, and this will also cut down the length of the beginner's guide, and I feel like these three things are so important that they deserve their own video. Before we get into it, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. The sub celebration giveaway will be up right after this video. If you want to be a part of the exclusive giveaway we have going on Discord, that is down below, along with my Twitch, where we'll be doing giveaways all week long. I would not be here without you, so thank you, and I love you all. Now let's get right into this one. Now, the first thing I want to go over here is the crafting factory, and this is going to bring me right into everything else. So the first epic fail that I made, one of my many epic fails in this game, is that I started upgrading the laboratory. And the problem with this is you don't really need to craft this stuff, especially early game. Now, you would think crafting these would be the fastest way to get XP, and it's actually not. It's one of the ways. But honestly, if you're a free-to-play player and you don't have these extra slots open, you actually don't want to do anything with this early on. You kind of just want to leave this building alone, and you want to jump straight to the third building here, which is Conversion Station. And as you can see, I made the epic fail of doing the laboratory first, and that was a big mistake on my part. And what I actually should have been doing is the conversion station, because these cores on the bottom here, the supporter core, the range core, the dealer core, the tanker core, all the cores is actually what you want to be working on first. You're probably going to want to start with the dealer core or the ranger core, depending on what your first hero was that you started with, because these are the cores that you're going to need first. But even pushing that to the side, this is the building you want to work on, especially if you're free to play, because getting the resources to upgrade this building, it's not impossible, but it is going to take you a little bit of time. I'm going to show you where to get these resources from as a free to play player in just a second. But this is definitely the building you want to be working on. Stick to this building. Don't worry about the other three until you have this building maxed out. Use all your resources on this building first. Now, I'm going to show you some places where you can get these resources from. The first one up here is Pack's Shop. You can refresh this if you farm enough silver. I know I have a lot of silver. That was from the Black Friday pack. A free-to-play player, you're probably not going to have this much silver, but you should have enough silver to sit here and refresh this, or not even refresh it. Just wait for it to refresh every 2 hours, and then come back here and check it. As you see here on the bottom, steel. Wood comes here, and pretty much every single resource you need for the crafting factory pops up in this shop, which is Pack's Shop. I don't need it, but I bought it by mistake. Same thing with the stone here. I only have 34 stone, so I definitely want to buy this. The hardest thing to get so far for me is lumber, and you can also farm it in the story mode. And the compound powder, you probably want to buy this as well if you have enough gold. I know I just said silver, so used to playing other games. So save up your gold, come to the shop, make sure you check it every 2 hours, and buy all of the crafting resources you need. And you can do this as a free-to-play player, no problem. You can even sell your gear that you're farming from trace specimens, and then use that gold to buy your crafting resources. There is another place to get it as well, which is here in the quest. Now on upgrade quests, on step 3, as you can see when I scroll up, we have glass, we have stone, we have wood, which is 20 wood, which is huge. And this is all resources you're going to use on your crafting factory. So just another way to get more resources as a free-to-play player. I know this really helped me out. And as we scroll down, we get even more here, and you also need these metals as well. Now the next thing I want to go over here is the collection. And this is really important, and once again, this is something that I overlooked. I can't even tell you how mad I am at myself for it. So when we scroll down here, we got rapid growth. Now when you build all 4 of these heroes, you get XP up in battles. Now as a pay-to-win player, this isn't going to be as important to you. Same thing with the maxed energy up. But as a free-to-play player, this is very important to you. This is going to give you 300%, I believe, when it's maxed out. And the thing with this is a lot of players don't realize this because it's locked and you can't see how much percentage it's giving you until you start unlocking it. So as you upgrade each hero, you will get more XP in battle, and I'm almost 100% sure that it goes up to 300%. And the biggest mistake that I made is not looking at this collection sooner and just going for the most OP heroes that I could find and building them. But what I really should have done is look in this collection and start building some of these heroes as my main heroes just to get this XP up, because this is really going to help you level up your heroes in battle and just get them more XP overall, especially when you're not going to be focusing on the laboratory and the crafting station. You're going to be focusing on your cores. And this doesn't just go for XP up in battles. This goes for everything that's here. I mean, you got gold up in battles. You got HP in battles, attack speed in arena, defense. You know, you got attack speed up. So this collection is really important. And I don't think a lot of players realize this yet. And I would say the first one you want to go with is this XP up in battles. Because when you're a new player, you're only going to have a few heroes. And the most important thing to you is going to be getting them XP. So don't be an epic fail like me. Pay attention to this collection. And try to at least just unlock the heroes. So even if you just contract them out, I'm not sure how much it will be, but you'll at least get some of it, unlike me, where I have absolutely none of it. So that makes it so much harder for me to level up my heroes. Now, the next thing I want to go over here is card research. And the reason I'm going over all three of these together is because they pretty much all tie hand in hand. Because leveling up your cards is just like getting XP for your heroes. It works exactly the same way, except you can't actually bring a card into battle and get XP for it. So let's go to the card research here. Now, the first thing I want to show you is these bottle caps on top of the screen. When you click on them, you get a shop here. Now, I did go over this shop in my packs video, and this shop is probably one of your most important shops. Every month, you can get a picker SSR skill card, and this is huge because if you're missing, you know, that one SSR card or that one special skill that you're looking for, this is the way you're going to get it every single month. So as you can see, I bought that right away. And if you buy this really soon, the month was already almost over, so you'll be able to buy 2 now. And you cash all of your tokens out here. Like you can see, SSR for a SSR skill draw ticket. That is random. You also got your SSR promotion card. This will probably be the next thing I buy from this shop. This makes it so you can upgrade any one of your SR cards to an SSR card. It might not be as important as like a token or the selective ticket, but that's really up to you. But just take notice of this store because this store is really important. I was actually going to use my tokens to level up my SR to my SSRs before I took notice of the shop. But before you do that, you want to buy the stuff from the shop first. So you definitely want to buy the selective ticket and probably the promotion card, which is the same thing anyways, before you use your tokens on just upgrading a SR without using the shop, pretty much, if that makes sense. And now the same thing here, you can have 20 SRs and you can buy an SSR token. Same thing with the Rs, and Rs are really easy to get because they level up really fast. So you can keep buying these SR tokens over and over again. And the more later game you get, the more R tokens you're going to save up. So just take notice of this shop. Know that it's there. Use it. It is fantastic. Now the next thing I want to show you is here in card research. So now I have my Elaine leveling up. As you can see, it is level 17. And this is something else that a lot of players are not realizing. But you do not want to level up a card unless it is in this card research. That is really important. So make sure the card is in this research tree. Then you want to go back and you want to do this with any card that you're leveling up. This is the most important thing that I could tell you about this game right now. And you want to go into your mercenaries. You want to pull that card up. So ours is on Elaine. I like Elaine better. We're going to click on the card and then we're going to level it up. Now, I cannot tell you how important this is. Make sure the card is in the research tree being leveled up, not in the secondaries. It has to be the main card before you put any cards into this card. If you have Rs that are leveled up to 20, they will give you a ton more XP, supposed if it's not leveled up to 20. So what I like to do is level up my Rs to 20, get my token, and then feed them into my SRs and my SSRs, which I'm going to show you here. So we got this one here is 20, and that's giving us 663 XP, opposed to this little bit of XP that we're getting from this regular R. So we're going to feed another one that is leveled up to 20. And as a free-to-play player, this is so important. Now for me, I summon a decent amount, so I don't mind feeding some of my SRs as well. But you want to make sure that they're leveled up, especially as a free-to-play player. I cannot say that enough, because you want to make sure you get your token from it. Especially if you're not summoning a lot, because if you don't get that token, you're kind of wasting it in a way, because you're feeding the card before you get your token, and you can use that token to level up your SRs and your SSRs. So this is such an important step. So you really don't want to feed anything unless it's fully maxed out, and then once it's fully maxed out, you can feed it to your other cards. So now once we feed this card, you can see that we're maxed here. We might be able to take one of these off. Yeah, we could take that one off. Maybe even 2 here. Yeah. So you don't want to overdo it. So I'm glad that that just happened so I can show you. So you want to make sure that you're not overdoing it. And as you can see here, we're just feeding one SR that is fully maxed up, and that is bringing this card to max level. And we're actually overdoing it because this is 2648, and we really don't need that much. But for this video, I'm going to feed it. Just want to make sure I feed one that I don't need. I don't think I use this one, so let's feed this one away. And I'm only doing this for video purposes, otherwise I wouldn't even do this because it's way overdoing it in XP. I just want to show you guys how this works. So now we're going to level it up. And because Eileen is in the research tree, we are going to get a token from this. And this works for R, SR, and SSR. Then you can use your tokens in your shop or whatever else you want to do with your tokens. There's many ways to use these tokens. So now we have a maxed Eileen. And this SSR card here up on the top, if she was at level 1, this would fully max it out. Now card promotion, you have to feed the same exact card to it to promote the stars on the card. I believe it's 3 stars for each skill, so it's 9 cards total. And that's why it's so important that you make sure you're getting your tokens, because that is going to make your life so much easier on making your SRs into SSRs, which I'll show you here. So let's find somebody who has an SR. Okay, so this guy has an SR here. So now let's say I wanted to rank him up to an SSR. Now, as you can see on the bottom here, you need 2 SSR tokens and you need 9 SR tokens. That's why it's so important to level up every single card before you feed it, because that's going to give you all of these tokens and you're not going to be wasting anything and feeding cards that aren't leveled up. Now, if you summon a lot and you have a lot of Rs, it's not that big of a deal, but the Rs are really, really fast to level up. So it kind of doesn't make sense not to do it just to get those tokens, just to have them so you can use them in the shop on summons, as you saw before, or to buy the SR token. Either way, no matter how you use them, it's just such an easy thing to do, and it makes all the difference when playing this game. So now let's say you can pull his SSR skill. Now all you have to do is come here, get 2 of your tokens from leveling up your other SSRs, and then you can make this an SSR. Or if you need more copies to level up the stars, this works the same way, and eventually everybody's going to have to do this because you're going to need so many copies. You're never going to be able to pull all these copies unless you're spending a ton of money. So no matter what, you're going to have to use this token system. And I'll even be using it myself after I have all the skills that I want. I'm going to come back to this and I'm going to be duplicating my skills so I can level up the stars on each card. Now I want to go back here and I want to show you something else really quick before we wrap this one up. I want to click on Masonries. Now when I was talking about those cores before, that is up here on the super boost. Now we have Tarek here and he is maxed out at level 40. And this gacha game is not like your traditional gacha games. You don't have to level up their stars to level up their XP. But what you do have to do is super boost them, which will give them more XP. So if we click up here on the super boost, you can see now we need these cores. And this is why I said it's so important to make sure you open it up in your crafting factory, because that's the only way you can get cores for free in this game. Now I believe there's a shop for it as well, which we'll look at in 1 second. But as a free-to-play player, that crafting factory is going to be your best friend. So you want to make sure you're doing the cores as quick as you can and as many as you can. And as you also can see on the bottom here, you need Neostones. And a lot of people spend their Neostones on contracts. I kind of think that's a mistake. Save your Neostones because you are going to need them to super boost your characters after you get them to level 40. It only goes up 2 levels and we need 1900 Neostones. And I'm sure it's only going to get higher than that. Now let's go look at the shops here and see which ones have these cores. So again, you could buy crafting material here for Neostones. If you have a lot of Neostones, you can use them here. Let's say you need lumber like I do. I could spend 1,000 and get lumber. But me personally, I'd rather refresh the shop and use gold. But that's totally up to you, depending on what you have a lot of. Core box. Okay. But this is a box though. You don't know which cores you're going to get, and it's only weekly limit of 10. And this is for guild points. If you're in a good guild, the points won't be a problem. Again, you could buy all of your crafting material from these shops. And I did go over these shops in my last video, which I will link at the end so you guys can see it. So I'm not going to go over the shops here. I'm just going to click on them so you can see that you can buy all the crafting material that you need. Then we got the item shop. Yeah, so there is core boxes in all of these, but they're core boxes. So it's going to be random and you might not get the cores that you're looking for at the time. So let's say you're trying to build an attacker. You might not get the attack core. So your best bet is just sticking to that crafting factory. And let's go back to it one more time so I can show you. This conversion station is going to be your best friend as a free-to-play new player. I can promise you that. Upgrade this, buy your resources from the shops. As you farm other parts of the game like arena and guild, you will get more currency. Use that currency to get what you need to upgrade this to level 4 so you can start crafting these cores as quick as possible. And after this video, I'm going to rectify my mistake, and I'm going to work on this and get this to level 4 as quick as I can, because it was a big epic fail on my part. And being new to these games and not knowing much about them, it is so easy to make an epic fail or be an epic fail because you just don't know. Like, same thing with the collection. I just didn't know it was there. So not knowing these things makes it very easy to make these mistakes. So I hope this video helps you guys in not making the same mistakes that I did. And I believe the information in this video is so important that it deserved its own video. And I think that covers everything I wanted to cover in this video. And as always, if you guys need anything, please comment down below. Please reach out to me on Discord. I'm always here to help you guys if you have any questions. If you need to know anything, if you need any kind of help, please let me know. I am here for you the same way you guys are here for me. If you guys want to join the guild, it is Spaceland. I'll pull it up here for you really quick. And here it is, Spaceland, level 3. We got 16 out of 30. So if you want to come and hang out with us and join up, we would love to have you. Now, we already went over all the giveaways that we have. They will all be linked down below. I love each and every single one of you. I will see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.